This is the Midland MXT575. This is Midland's flagship GMRS radio with 50 watts of power. But then, Midland came out with this, the MXT115P with 15 watts of power. Wait, are we switching to that? No, we're not. Then why are we doing this video? Well, I mean, there might be people that find this better suited for their needs and their budget. Oh, a comparison type of thing for people who don't want this one. Yeah, like a comparison thing. So, you know, you can go. Alright, well, I'll see y'all later then. Well, now that he's gone, let's talk about this one. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. No, the MXT115P is not going to be Midland's most powerful GMRS radio. It's definitely not more powerful than the MXT575, and it's not even more powerful than the MXT275. It only has 15 watts of power. But before you radio enthusiasts out there start losing your mind and wanting to slam a product like this, let's be real. Not everyone wants to be like a crazy radio guy. Like, they don't want a full setup in their vehicle with all the bells and whistles. They just want to be able to communicate with their friends on the trail. Like, we're not trying to reach civilization from deep in the woods. Most times our caravan is just in front of us or behind us, and a lot of those times people just bring handhelds like this. And you know what? Handhelds are fine. You can definitely communicate with people with this. The only issue is that at some point the battery is going to die, sometimes by the end of the day. And sometimes people don't want to have to go through that. They just want to get a simple unit that they could hardwire into their vehicle or plug into their cigarette port, and it'll never die on them, and they have like a dedicated communication radio in there without needing all the power that some of the higher models will have. Maybe they don't want to spend that much on a system like that, and this might just do the trick. In fact, today we're going to install this in someone's vehicle who is exactly that person. So let's talk about what you get inside. Obviously, you're going to get your unit, and it's actually much smaller than the MXT575. Here it is, just for comparison. This does have a quick release bracket as well, so you know that's really easy. You can just like pop this out and put it in whenever. 12-volt power adapter that goes into your 12-volt socket or your cigarette port, depending on how old school you like to call that. No hardwire kit included with this, so in our build we're gonna just go ahead and plug it into the 12-volt socket. I'm sure you can buy a hardwire kit out there so that you don't have to take up that 12-volt socket port in your vehicle, but we're gonna keep this really simple today. Really, we just want to get it on this vehicle, test it out, and see how well it works. Your antenna, which I have to say, it's a nicer antenna than the ones that came with the other kits in the past. Microphone mount, 3M tape for that microphone mount, and some bolts and screws in case you want to mount it somewhere. Oh, look, a Midland sticker. So a couple of specs, obviously 15 watts as we mentioned before. You also have a USB-C port right here in the front. So if you do plug this up to your 12-volt socket, then you can plug in your phone into there if you want to charge your phone up. This does have your 22 standard GMRS channels and 28 pre-programmed privacy channels from channels 23 to 50, and there's also 154 privacy codes that you can use. It's also PC programmable if that's something you're into, and it's also IP67 rated, meaning for water and dust, which would make this great if this is something you want to put maybe not on your rig, but maybe you could put it on an adventure bike or on a side-by-side or a golf cart or a boat. If you want something smaller, for those applications, this might just fit your needs. Also, active noise counseling. You were about to say active noise counseling. What is wrong with you? Active noise canceling, which is awesome, especially for you Jeep people. I'm not trying to call you out. I was a Jeep person. It's very loud inside a Jeep, and having a radio that will cut out all that ambient noise that the Jeep produces so that your voice can come through clearly on the other end is a must. Like, you have no idea how many times people couldn't hear me because there was just so much wind noise and rattling and rumbling inside the Jeep that having noise canceling just helps a lot with that. Now, aside of the wattage, with this having 50 watts and this only having 15, notice the difference here. The MXT575, the reason why I love this radio so much is that there's nothing. I almost lost it again. Okay, let me just put this back in here. There is no interface on this, just the plug for your mic. The reason why is because this radio is controlled through the mic. Why do I love that? Well, that means I can install this somewhere that's not visible. I can hide it in the glove box, I can hide it under the seat, I can hide it anywhere really, because I don't need to do anything with this anymore once it's been wired up. But on the 115P, all the controls are on the unit, so that means this has to be mounted in a location that you can get to, maybe on the top of your dash or on the side of your seat, somewhere where you can manipulate the controls, because all the buttons, dials are right here, and then right here there's not a knob, it's a cap, because the only thing that's going to be on the microphone is your volume button up and down, and active noise canceling in the middle if you want to turn that on, and then of course the button on the side to speak. So it should go without saying the MXMC01 microphone for the MXT575 will not be compatible with this. Again, really simple radio, perfect for those of you who want to kind of step up from handhelds. You don't want to charge them up anymore, you just want a unit that you can plug into a socket. Now you'll have comms when you hit the trails, but you don't want to spend a lot and don't want to complicate the system. This could be just right for you. So this is Jacob, and we are installing the radio in his vehicle. Before we actually do this, what have you been using for comms? Because I remember we hit the trail for Ocala.
Midlands.
The what?
The portable Midlands.
The portable Midlands.
Yeah.
And handhelds are great, but I'm sure
battery life is not the best.
Battery life's not the best.
No, not when you're on the trail all day.
So when we went to go hit Ocala, did you have to recharge it at some point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, having to run it off the cigarette lighter on the docking station, it's old.
And then you got to wait for it to charge up before you can use it. Yeah, that would be great right there. You'll be able to reach it.
All the cables up under.
That's where we'll mount it. We'll just get some screws in, quick and easy, done. Alright, part 2 is probably going to be the most difficult part, which is we have to route this to the outside and into your vehicle somehow. And to get it easier, so you can take
apart, right?
Yeah, you can take that apart so that we can route it easier through things. So I definitely don't want to break this. Normally you can take this huge piece off if you're going to try to run it through a firewall, but this doesn't look like it screws off, and I don't want to break it in case it's like plugged in there. So we're gonna have to find a hole big enough to bring this into the vehicle somehow. You have ideas for that?
Make it happen.
Do you know where?
Dude, if I got to drill a hole through the truck.
No, we're not drilling a hole through the truck.
I'll probably run it to the weather stripping on the back door.
We're probably gonna put it right here, right?
I would think so.
And then you'll just close the door on it, basically. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
And then we'll run it down underneath here, under the carpet to the front seat. All right, we'll do it on the passenger side. It'll be easier, right? Yeah, because then you don't have to run it across. It'll just passenger side and then the unit's right there. All right, so we're gonna go from the unit, across the boards here, up the weather stripping here, and then mount the antenna up here. So for now, we can just sticky tape it on there.
I think that's a great spot without it interfering with anything.
See what I mean? You might get caught. Wonder if this will work over here. I mean, then you'll have real quick access. Clean up the area with alcohol so that it sticks better. Let's turn it on, see if it works. There you go. Change channels, go to like 19 or something. You hear me?
Yes.
Beautiful. Just up yesterday that I kept losing this, but I didn't realize this has a plug with it.
They thought of everything.
Look at that. So that was probably the fastest install I've done in a while. That took us what?
10 minutes.
10 minutes at
All
most.
plug and play. Hardest part's hiding the wire.
Well, I mean, at some
That's
point,
it.
I'm sure he'll probably clean it up to his liking and make it better later and route the antenna somewhere. But if you needed something quick and on the go, just plug it up, get the antenna up, and you're good to go there, bro. Let's see how far you can go. I mean, I don't have much of an expectation here because we do have a lot of buildings and trees, but you know, give us a good inclination of maybe how far you can go. And I know for sure on the trail you'll be fine with everybody just behind you, but let's see how much of a range you can get from here. Dude, this thing sounds so clear on this end. That noise canceling you got is really helping out a ton over here.
Definitely with my windows down driving.
It is super crisp. Like, I'm not hearing anything but your voice, man. How far away are you right now?
I'm right at a mile.
Yeah, at a mile, I'm starting to hear static, so.
I'm hearing it as well on my end.
Yeah, but not a lot. You're still coming in crisp.
Yeah, that should be about 3 miles.
Well, you're still coming through, so that's good news.
Yeah, there's the static now.
It's about 3 miles on this. Check. Yep, I think I've lost you officially. There it is. The Midland MXT115P, again, not the most powerful radio in Midland's lineup, but definitely a step up from handhelds. As you saw in our test, we were able to get up to 3 miles, and that's with buildings and houses and trees, which is plenty for what Jacob needs. The only suggestion I would make is if you do plan to get this unit, upgrade the antenna. The antenna will do a lot to boost up that 15 watts and you'll be able to get better range most likely, especially with the bull bar antennas or the ghost antennas. Anything that Midland offers us out there as an upgrade for your antennas, I think you should do that if you can. Jake and I are planning a trip in the near future, and when we do, then we'll really be able to test out how well this radio does out on the trails. Not much else to say about the radio, but before I go, I did want to mention this. I don't know how many of you saw the video I released last week on my Tacoma issue that I was having, but I did end up spending over $10,000 just to replace the engine on this thing. Definitely a financial hit that I was not expecting to see, and that one hurt. So to kind of help relieve my bank account, I'm going to do something that I don't normally do on this channel, which is promote my merch. This is merch that I usually sell at Expo, but I'm now going to open it up to the internet. I offer hats and shirts, but the hats that I actually have, the print is much smaller on these. These were the ones that were mass produced. This one was made for me by my good friend Steve over at Adventure Off-Road X. It was a one-off. And also shirts. This shirt is the black one, and I also have a white version as well. Has the Beast of Burden logo on one side, and on the other side it says poured, not plugged, for those of you who, you know, want to go against the EV revolution. But that's all I'm going to say about that. If you want one of these, you can email me or hit me up on Instagram if you have Instagram. That's usually going to be the fastest way. I hope Jacob likes his radio, and I hope this Tacoma continues running for a long, long time, now that I spent $10,000 on it.
Does anybody even see me?